So I just got laid off, and it sucks. Big time. Hi there. This is my first video, and I want to use it to be honest about something I never expected to go through. I got laid off. At my big age of 34, I never thought that I would ever be in this position. Ever since the day I finished college, I have had a job. Every single workday, I worked without a real break. So when I tell you I never saw this coming, I really mean it. Most videos about getting laid off talk about the moment it happens, or the moment someone finally lands the next job. Almost nobody talks about the part in between. That's exactly where I am right now, and that's what I want to get into today. Let's start with the job itself, because it matters for how I actually feel about all this. I was working at a tech company, and if I'm being completely honest, I was miserable there. 5 days a week, I was in that office from 7:30 in the morning until 5:30 p.m. The drive there and back was brutal. Every single morning, I'd get in the car already anxious, already on edge, before I'd even said good morning to anyone. So when they called me in and told me my role was being cut, I was honestly shocked. But going home that day, I felt a strange sense of freedom. I'm not going to sit in that traffic again. I'm not going to sit under those office lights for 10 hours a day again. That part of me is genuinely, honestly glad it's over. But on the other hand, this is the first time in 10 years that I haven't been working. I have been grinding non-stop for 10 years. One job leading into the next. Always something to wake up for, always somewhere I had to be. And now I am a bit confused. Like a dog without a master. I know that sounds dramatic, but that's genuinely what it feels like some days. I know this is just years of conditioning that I have to also get out of my system, but I cannot help but feel lost. I didn't realize how much of my life was built around structure I never actually chose for myself. Wake up at a certain time. Be at a certain place by a certain time. Do things in a certain order because that's just how it works. Take all of that away and I don't know what to put in its place. I feel aimless with no structure. Most mornings now, I wake up around 9. And instead of feeling rested, I feel guilty about it. Like I got away with something I shouldn't have. Like there's some invisible boss standing over my shoulder, and any second now I'm going to get caught. Then the actual day starts, and there's just time. Hours and hours of it. And I genuinely don't know what to do with most of it. I know the obvious answer is to spend that time job hunting, and yes, I am doing that, but that's a video for another day. What I want to talk about right now is everything else. The hours that aren't spent doing that. The hours where you're just sitting in your own house with nowhere to be and nothing telling you what comes next. It's been a mixed bag of emotions where some days I feel free. Like actually free in a way I haven't felt since before I started working. I can go for a walk in the middle of the afternoon for no reason at all. I can take a nap without checking the clock first. I can just sit and exist for a couple hours without anyone needing anything from me. Those days feel like something I've been missing for 10 years without even realizing it. But then there are the other days. There was one afternoon last week where I was just sitting on my couch, not doing anything, and that quiet turned into something heavier. I couldn't tell you the exact moment it happened, but one minute I was just relaxing, and the next, I was crying because I genuinely didn't know what I was doing with my life anymore. That same freedom that felt like a gift a few days earlier suddenly felt like being stuck. Like I was in a hole and couldn't see the way out. It's not one feeling replacing the other. It's both, at the same time. Some days pulling me one way and some days pulling me the other. And I never know which one I'm going to wake up with. Like I said, a lot of this comes down to 10 years of conditioning I now have to unlearn. 10 years of being told in one way or another that my value came from being busy, from being useful, from having somewhere to be every day. Take that away, and I'm left trying to figure out who I actually am without it. And it's going to take a long time to figure myself out in this mess. So that's where I am right now, just somewhere in the middle, trying to figure out what I actually want out of life, now that nobody is telling me what my day is supposed to look like. I don't have this figured out yet, and I'm not going to pretend that I do. What I do know is that I'd rather talk about it honestly than act like everything's fine, because I don't think I'm the only one who's ever felt this way after losing a job. If any of this sounds familiar, hit subscribe, because I'm going to keep documenting this the whole way through.